Everything seems to be in order. Make sure the restraints are okay. Down here. Okay. We're standing. We're standing. Ah, you're awake, my love. Well, it's nice to see you about us again. I'm sorry, my appearance is not the greatest today, but that's okay. We're not really worried too much about me. I've been letting myself go, but you know what? We'll fix ourselves together. Because, again, I say a lot that, you're not a perfect person, but neither am I. And I'll be honest when it comes to that. And we can be perfect people together, too. That's the thing. We can build up with each other. And anyway, that's not important, but I'm a little bit of a mess, but I'll clean myself up for you. Of course, I'd do anything for you. You know I would. But I promised you that we would do some kind of physical examination. And, I've been excited for this part, but a little bit nervous as well. Because unfortunately, things have been a little bit harder these days as far as, my ability to pay to make for all this happen, right? Obviously, we live in a society where, obviously there's horrible people out there who would do anything to hurt you. And of course, you have people who are like me who would do anything to help you. Now, everything costs money, right? This living space costs money, right? And it's a tough one because it's been one I we're together, but we're in the public eye, but at the same time, we're, laying low, right? You wonder why I say that. We'll get to that later, why it's hard. Again, it's something to worry about. That's the last thing I want you to worry about, is for this to be, oh my gosh, is he legitimate in what he does? Of course, everything I practice is pure science. It is for science, and it is for you, most importantly, because, we get these lives that are very short, and I'm rambling too much today. Anyway, or was I? Yes, yeah, times aren't as easy as they used to be, right? So I've had to cut back on, sedatives and cut back on muscle relaxers and stuff like that. Normally I'd use the highest quality stuff for you that has no side effects, is guaranteed to work 110%. Has no what you call it, tolerance, so you can't become tolerant to it. Whether the effects last less or they're not as strong, because I need them to be strong. So that's not a problem so much. But I'm just worried that it might start. And trust me, this sounds bad, but I'm just gonna say don't take this too seriously, because I think we're okay. I think we should be weaning it off after a while, but I think the stuff I've been using is it might be deteriorating your muscle tissue because they're not being used, right? So, a lot of the time you're very, very still, you're very stiff, you don't have much motion in your body, and it's for many reasons, right? It's for your safety and my safety. We had you running off last time, years ago, and it took me this long to catch back up, and obviously I don't want to lose up on that work, right? I had to learn you all over again. At a certain point, I was so devastated, right? I had to essentially, fake my own death just to get out of there, and that was my last ditch effort. That was Plan Z, right? And I hated it, but I left too many trails. Anyways, here we are, right? And yeah, everything's fine. Okay, everything will be fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Trust me. But we're gonna have to start getting you a little bit of movement. We'll start with very subtle things, right? We'll have you even just working some of your simple muscles, right? So I have some exercises here, very simple ones. A lot of just visual, right? Because there's still going to be some side effects. I've been slowly stepping you down off your sedatives and your muscle relaxants, and I just want you to try not to move around as much. You'll probably feel like you can, but again, be careful. I don't want you to all of a sudden start pushing those muscles, because I care. I really do care about you. You might think I'm just. I don't know where we are trust-wise yet. You told me that you trust me, but you think I'm scary. So that did hurt a little bit. I'll be honest, but I appreciate your honesty as well. What goes around comes around. I'm telling you how I feel because you told me how you feel. We have that trust for each other, and I just love that about you. And honestly, looking at you still, not to come off as some inconsiderate prick, but you still look as good as I remember. I'm like, damn. I know they say eyes up here, but listen, I get a little carried away because, you will be, and I don't know how to express this in more verbose ways than this, but you will be my greatest work yet. And we can work together, and maybe I can be your greatest work, and I'll be the man for you, essentially. And that's the goal. That's the end goal. I just want to live a nice, happy life together, and I will do anything to make that happen. So bear with me. Not all the details are worked out yet. I'm very much still a flawed person in that way, and it's something I'd like to fix about myself. I see you're kind of like fading in and out sometimes, so I just want to say, if sometimes you have some issues with that, it's okay, because again, your body might be somewhat, reluctant to want to step down. You might have some withdrawal symptoms, and that was one of the side effects that I did look up. It's almost addicting. You might find some, meth heads trying that or something like that, but, I'm getting it off the street, and I'm using it in a controlled environment. We're using clean needles only, IV bags. Everything's completely safe, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And again, it costs a lot of money, so that's why we're cutting back on all that stuff, because I wouldn't use anything less for you. Okay, trust me, science, right? We're getting rid of those outliers, right? The potential diseases from dirty needles, and you're only using legitimate sources. Legitimate sources for the most part for the medication and stuff like that. So I'm taking care of you, and eventually, again, you won't be on it at all, right? That's the goal, is that you can your body can return to its normal functionality, and we don't have to worry about this anymore. But again, for my safety and for yours, you just don't want to be running off again. Trust me, it was a nightmare for you because you had to go live a life without me, and then it was a nightmare for me because I had to, do all this stuff again, and it was very stressful. And I'm glad to be moving past that point. But for now, since you just kind of came to again, usually I go pretty heavy when I'm busy because, when you come to, I know it's a very big thing for your body too, because usually I kind of, I might put you out for a while because I am pretty busy. So I'd love to spend more time with you, but, I got a lot of hard work behind the scenes, but it'll all pay off one day. You'll see. You'll appreciate how much I put in for you. But I digress. So we're not going to use a light right away, because I do have a light test for you for your eyes. I just want to see where you are cognizantly and physically. We're going to go easy. And obviously I have this light, but that's kind of more or less for, lab review purposes. So we can review this session together, and we can see where your progress is. And to be honest, if I'm doing the fullest job to my extent, right, I got to keep track of myself, keep myself honest. You know what I mean? So that's why I have all these apparatuses. This is not just a normal environment. We are capturing it for you as well, so we can do it better. But first off, I want to start with just the tip of a pen, okay? Just making sure I'm getting that on review. So I don't know how well you can focus on that, and if your eyes don't want to focus on that, I'm just going to take some mental notes on how you're doing. But I want you to focus on the tip of this pen right here, and just kind of let me know if you can see it okay. And if you're having a hard time, your eyes are moving a little slowly behind it. It doesn't look like you're totally focusing on it. If I move it quickly like that, I'm trying to keep it not so predictable. So this is a good brain exercise and a muscle exercise as well. See, I can keep my eyes on it too. Check this out. But I'm also not on a lot of substances. And I know it's not a good thing for you. I know it's not, but just gonna watch you now. Spending too much time watching it myself. Hey, you gotta practice what you preach, right? Are you sure? All right, just that for now. A couple things. Yeah, just not really focusing yet. So we'll have to see if we can try to step that down faster. That could be just a lot of the time unconscious. I don't know. I get worried about you because, you're so important to me. And so many of the things I liked about you was how smart you were. Obviously mostly in, school and practice and stuff like that. You didn't have really the best common sense when it comes to like picking people to know, picking lovers and stuff like that. But we don't worry about that. That's all in the past now. I try not to dwell too much on it. It does kind of sneak up on me and, irritate me in some ways, right? Because we're all human beings. So we all get that feeling of irritation from the past, but I digress. I want to keep you, or at least the way you used to be, and we can make that better from there. Like I said, you're not going to be the way you used to before. First of all, you're not walking out of here, and second of all, you're not walking out of here the same way, even if you were, because we're going to have you in the way that you should have been, honestly. The world is flawed. We don't all get the same opportunities, but here I am providing you with a lovely one, and a lovely one it will be. I wish I got these opportunities, honestly. I'm pretty jealous, but, at the same time, here I am. I'm making these things happen, So, if it was Make-A-Wish, you're my wish, and vice versa, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll come to know anyway. I still see, some emptiness in your eyes still, but it could also be a side effect. So, oh God, now I got me worried about side effects. Oh, I might have to. Oh, I don't know. Very unsure, but that's promising. I wasn't sure where you would be, but you did seem to follow that. Okay, not great, but the tip of the pen. It's difficult. It's very small. It's hard for the brain to focus on. And I can still see sometimes you're just not really there the whole time. So. But it's a trusting. I really want to trust you. It'd be a way if I could trust you would just be that if you could just show me that you're there. Like there's something in there that cares. I don't know how you do it. I just want to know that you're just not going to break my trust again. I can't be having that. I can't be having you escape. Why weren't you there for me? I was there for you. You weren't there for me. Dwelling on the past. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an imperfect person too, but oh, man. It did hurt. But, it should have been like a Bonnie and Clyde moment, We'd get out together, and I guess I didn't really plan for you would have actually died. Well, or maybe you would be a hostage, I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, man. I'm telling you, it's so hard to move forward sometimes because you just get really upset and you just want things to be your way. But anyway, I don't think I'm just nervous and I'm starting to stall. So anyway, I just want to do best for you. So I'm not the best prepared person. So I don't, out of all the things I have here, I have these utensils, I have these restraints, I have all these medical equipment. I don't have a flashlight on me. Okay. I had one, but it was bad. So I'm just going to use my phone if you don't mind. And professional, but we'll get better. We'll have one for next time. Okay. I promise. I know you seem disappointed, but I'll be better for you. I swear, hon. Okay. So I want you to brace yourself because I don't want to hurt you, my love. I want you to just give me your best and try to focus and stare into this light. Okay. It's a bright light, so get ready. Okay, just making sure you can see that. So I want you just to look at this light. I want to see your pupils change. Okay, I just want to look and see how you're doing. Sorry if my recording equipment gets in the way. Analysis is important, and we need to review and make sure that we're doing our due diligence when it comes to science, because it is science after all. We'll come forward in front of the apparatus this time instead. Okay. I'm going to make it look away, look in the light for a while. I want to see your pupils shrink. I'm going to turn the light away. Okay. Look into the light. Then look away. Very slow to react. And that's something you can control. There's nothing you can control, but it's showing me that your body is still not quite where it needs to be. I'm basically doing, let me explain what I'm doing here. I'm basically doing the whole idea, right? It's messing with drugs, obviously, because drugs have a big impact. Obviously, some make your pupils get massive, some make your pupils on a pinpoint. It just depends. I've been doing a lot of research, okay? Obviously, the human body is only tolerant to so many changes, and that's why we use these drugs, right? Because they're important to allowing us to make these changes. In this case, it's a mental, physical. Obviously, we can't have you doing anything crazy, and at the same time, we want to make sure everything's in a place where we can adapt and overcome, our innate senses to be afraid. Because there's no reason to be afraid, but, I think the fight or flight response in you might be terrified and might want to book it out of here. But, of course, there is no really out of here for you. But your natural response might be to be that. So it seems your eyes are still slow to respond to that. That was a pupil dilation test. Obviously, they would do something like that. Police officers might do this. Police officers. Anyway, they might do that to check your sobriety. But of course, you're as sober as can be as far as mental state and stuff like that. I don't know if you care about any of this, but I feel like if I do, you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from, how important this is. Because as I set this off, I don't know. I was just worried that we might have, a trust issue again. Why is he doing all this? Does he not trust me? Obviously, I'm here. He's doing what he wants, but I had this innate feeling inside that you think differently than I. And am I wrong on that? You have some movement, so I want to see some kind of sign from you. You can even just move your eyes too, up and down, or side to side. Be honest. I'm not really sure what sign you're trying to give me, but there wasn't any immediate rush to not know. So I think there might be some trust, but I need to be sure inside. And maybe I'm taking a long time as well, because when you get burned, there's scar tissue, and that's how I feel inside about us. Because obviously, when I got the chance to have you again, of course I jumped on it, if not quite literally jumped on it. But at the same time, I'm leery towards moving forward. But it seems like you haven't moved a whole lot, as far as I could tell. You pretty much stayed in the same spot. I did mark locations of where you were before you had came to. You didn't really move too much. Other than that, you're really good at sitting completely still. But I wanted to see some movement, and obviously, I see that your legs are moved over the markings now, but they're not all the way to the edge of the restrictions, shackle restrictions. So you're good there, and I'm glad. I'm glad there's some movement. Right, but because originally you were just completely still. I don't even think I got as much as a couple blinks from you before. So we're making progress. It's like an incubation period, right? There's time you watched for movement inside the egg, right? And you watch to make sure everything's going okay. And I know that sounds weird because obviously you're a grown person, right? You're not a chicken and egg or anything like that. But it's almost as if you're being reborn, born into a better person, right? You're a chick, but at the same time, you're full grown. You're getting a second birth, and it's wonderful, and it's good to see we're making some changes. But I think I'm gonna leave. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. It's been some good results. I'm gonna leave this light on. I'm gonna come back in a little bit, but I think before that, you're probably gonna go back to sleep. Because I think I'm gonna have to turn the medication up just a little bit, because that movement still worries me a little bit. So you'll probably fall asleep here really soon. But good results. I'm sorry, I just got really nervous. All kinds of stuff happening in my head, and oh man, you just want to make sure that they don't find out. Sorry, that doesn't concern you. But good results today. Thank you for being participative and all that. Again, I'd do anything for you. I would. So, I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when that will be, but hopefully with a better look, of course, because I feel bad about everything. Better look and better charisma, and obviously not my phone for a flashlight, because you deserve the best, and only the best, my love. You're doing so well. I'm very proud of you. But until then, I have to go. All right, I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.